Hello, I'm Carlisle Mayor Randy Winkler. Welcome to my State of the Village address for 2017. It's a pleasure to bring you my annual report on the major activities related to the Carlisle local government. What you'll hear in this presentation are some of the highlights from the past year in our community and some of the things to watch for in the months ahead. The theme of my presentation this year is moving forward, because our community is very well positioned to do that. With our core services to the public, our budget condition, our infrastructure, maintenance, and our planning for the future, Carlisle is moving forward. We're looking ahead with optimism and dedication to our mission. Our local government's financial condition is always part of my State of the Village address, and this year I'd like to open on that topic. I've shared with you in past presentations that Carlisle was facing some very challenging economic circumstances for a number of reasons. And it wasn't that we had a spending problem, it's that we had a revenue problem. The Great Recession that hit our nation was very harmful to public sector budgets overall, and several actions by our state government added to the problems by directly reducing several revenue streams at the local level. Well, as 2017 gets underway, I'm extremely pleased to report to you that our budget conditions is improved. In fact, I would call it the most encouraging budget that we've had in my 5 years as mayor. The positive effects from the recovering economy were finally felt by public entities. Income tax, which is our largest source of revenue, increased 10% over 2015, and we continue to be conservative with expenses. As a result, the village was able to add to its reserves in each of its budgeted funds and generally stabilize our overall fiscal condition. That's a very encouraging development and something we're extremely proud of. Council and I take seriously our stewardship of taxpayer money, and Village Manager Sherry Callahan has done an excellent job in helping us navigate our past difficulties. Going forward, I think citizens will continue to see our officials be somewhat cautious and conservative financially, and there are still challenges remaining. For example, the village continues to wrestle with funding for our police department. The cost of maintaining and improving this vital public safety service continues to outpace the modest gains we've seen in revenue collection. So that's an issue we continue to work through. But overall, we're pleased with our improved financial position. We're also hopeful for the future because we're seeing some economic development activity that's promising. For example, Kitty Hawk added a 10,000 square foot expansion to its facility on Eagle Court. The company says this will result in 15 new jobs in Carlisle. Secondly, plans have been submitted by Marflex to also expand its facility at the business park by 10,000 square foot. Construction on this project is expected to take place this year, and we look forward to its completion. We want to be known as a good place for commerce, so it's very encouraging when existing businesses in the community grow and prosper. It continues to be an ongoing priority for our local government to maintain and improve our infrastructure. In 2017, citizens will see work on two significant projects in our community. First, Jamaica Road will be resurfaced from the Central Avenue intersection to the Grigsby Intermediate School. This $460,000 project is made possible by a generous grant of over $335,000 from the state's Surface Transportation Program, and we're very appreciative of that funding. Secondly, Beekler Road will be getting a much-needed facelift this year. The project area will begin near the railroad tracks and end just after the curve on Du Bois Road. Again, a major grant award is making this possible. The total price tag is over $308,000, and the Ohio Public Works Commission is providing more than $212,000 in funding. Again, Carlisle is very appreciative. As a matter of practice, we're aggressive in pursuing grants whenever possible. It's a great way to stretch local tax dollars and accomplish things for our residents that might not otherwise be possible, and not just for road projects. We were fortunate to obtain an $18,000 grant from the Ohio EPA to hold a tire disposal week for citizens last fall, and a second disposal week is planned for this spring. The village only had to contribute $2,000 in matching funds. Also, we were awarded a $3,000 grant from the Duke Energy Foundation to co-host a summer youth program with Franklin Township funding. Opportunities like these help our local government operate in a cost-effective manner and enhance the quality of life in our community. Carlisle was able to accomplish many things in 2016, and I'd like to touch briefly on several of the highlights. It was actually quite a busy year. Our fire department partnered with a regional emergency medical services provider known as GEMS to provide automatic defibrillators to our organization. These AEDs are a critical public safety tool for first responders to assist people in cardiac arrest. Training for the proper use of these devices was provided to both police and fire personnel. Also in the fire department, continuing education on site was made more available to our personnel with the installation of internet service and PCs at the station. It's vitally important that firefighters have access to the latest training information, and we've greatly improved this access. A graduate-level class from the University of Dayton conducted and processed a citizen survey on our behalf. The focus of this survey was on police services, and the class provided this to us at no cost. We appreciate their efforts and the valuable resident feedback it produced. Our police department/service building and our fire department were connected to the public water system. It's the first time these facilities have had potable water, and that's a significant upgrade. The service department completed the mandate by the state of Ohio to install highly reflective signage throughout the community. To save money, the department used reflective tape on existing signs instead of purchasing new ones. So we met the objective and controlled the cost. Signs were also addressed in our local parks, where we designed and installed brand new versions. These new signs were designed to have a look that's consistent with the entryway signs into the community, and they have a very professional appearance. If you haven't visited one of our parks recently, I invite you to do so in the coming months. We also took an opportunity last year to freshen up the village website with a redesign. It's an effort to keep the site more current and user-friendly. Visit us online anytime at www.carlisleoh.org. And finally, for the first time, Carlisle representatives attended the Warren County Fly-In to Washington, D.C. This trip is a great way for local leaders to get engaged with the congressional delegation and promote village and county economic development issues. It's important to let our representatives know who we are and what's important to us. I found it to be a very worthwhile visit. On the personnel front, we saw the departure of Greg Wallace, who retired after more than 22 years of service with the Village of Carlisle. Greg wore many hats for us over the years, but most recently served as Planning and Zoning Administrator. We wish him all the best in retirement. In a bit of restructuring after Greg's departure, the village hired Jim Walrub as a part-time code enforcement officer and established the position of Assistant Service Director. Mark Riley was promoted to this new position and now oversees planning and zoning issues and permit requests. We also hired a new part-time police officer and eliminated a part-time sergeant's position. This was part of our ongoing effort to streamline police operations and make the best use of our resources, as I mentioned earlier. And lastly, in personnel, it was with regret that I learned around the first of the year that Sherry Callahan intends to retire soon as village manager. Sherry has been in that position since 2008, and she has done a great job for our community. She has provided strong leadership to our local government operation and sound counsel to our elected officials. I know that she has been a great help to me personally and will be greatly missed. Of course, we wish Sherry all the best in retirement. I would like to personally thank the village staff for their continuing service to this community. I would like to thank the police chief and the police department for their hard work and many accomplishments in 2016. I would like to thank the fire chief and his dedicated volunteers for their many hours of service to our community. I would like to thank our service department for their dedication and commitment to this community in maintaining the village's infrastructure, buildings, and land. I would also like to thank the administrative staff for their hard work in providing daily assistance to our residents. As I close, I want to remind our citizens that Carlisle Local Schools will have a bond issue on the May ballot to fund new facilities in the district. Our school system is one of the cornerstones of our community and a source of great pride here. But our buildings need upgraded, and the availability of state money makes the district's building plan a good value for taxpayers. Village Council has approved a motion to support the upcoming ballot issue, and I want to encourage the voters to learn about the details and also consider supporting it on Election Day. That concludes my address for 2017. I hope you'll agree that the state of our village is strong and we are poised to move forward together. Let's work in partnership to make Carlisle all it can be. I'm Mayor Randy Winkler. I want to wish you and your family a healthy and prosperous year.